Hello everybody, and thank you for watching the video. My name's Stephen and this is Outdoors with Stephen. This is my first video to put on YouTube out here in the woods. As you can see, I've got the tent set up already. I've got to put the bed in now, and then we're going to light a fire and get some food on the go. So yeah, stick with me. I'm hoping as time goes by my videos get better, I become more natural talking to the camera, my techniques get better, my video editing gets better. It is currently the 30th of May 2025, so who knows when this video will actually get edited to put on YouTube for this crazy journey to begin. Thank you. As you can see, we've got the tent set up already. This is a Pomoly 2-pole cabin style tent, and as you can see from the flap over there, it can take a stove and become a hot tent as well. I'll just show you a quick sneak look inside. Don't know whether you can see through the fly screen, but it's got the Kevlar reinforced base over there ready for the stove, and then probably just enough room for a single bed and your bag of gear by here when the stove's in. It is classed as a two-man tent. I've had a double airbed in it before and 2 people in it, but there'd be no way you're getting the stove in it then as well. It's not perfectly flat on the ground because, as you can see where we are, we're on rough terrain. We're camping in the forest tonight, so there's a freshwater river just below the trees over there that I'll show you later on in the video. There is a public footpath that runs through, so we may get passers-by, but it is private land and we have got permission to be here. The walled area is the remains of an old flour mill from the early 1900s. Them walls come all the way down, if you can see, and they do go down to the waterway as well, which is pretty cool. We have this area here which is used for fires and what have you, some seating around it. It's a bit overgrown at the moment, not been used much as of lately. So yeah. So now the tent is set up, I think it's about time we get a bed set up, somewhere to sleep. So my mat or inflatable airbed that I'm using is the Sea to Summit Comfort Plus insulated, size large, accompanied with an Aeros pillow, another premium large, and I'm going to pump it up with the rechargeable OEX pump. This isn't going to be much of a review video as such, just more of an introduction. Review videos can come, there's plenty of gear out there to review. I've got plenty of gear, so if you want review videos, let me know. has got two sides to pump up. I was going to say, for the price of this doesn't look the comfiest. Fingers crossed. We pump this side up though. Still not sold. I'll let you know in the morning how I get on. Now, apparently, this pillow is meant to inflate and magically stick to this with a pillow lock system, so you don't lose your pillow throughout the night. But who knows? And there, the pillow is a different size adapter, just to throw me. Ready for this pillow lock? Maybe when you're lying on it and there's a bit of pressure, it does stop it moving, but other than that, it will just knock off. I actually take that back about the pillow. Just looking through the packet, and there was a little packet all about how the pillow lock system works, and included with that you get these 4 little sticky, like a velcro pad with 3M on them, so you stick them down to your mat and they stick to your pillow solid. Let's see how we get on. Moment of truth. Look at that. Like one piece. Spot on. Right guys, tent set up, bed set up. I've got the sleeping bag out, chairs set up, table set up here that you'll see in a bit. Just about to get a fire set up. One, we need to keep the midges away. I feel like I'm getting ate alive here. And 2, I need to cook my tea. It's knocking on late now. I did bring some dry kindling with me in the bag just in case. It has been raining possibly for a week now, non-stop. We've had probably a good 24 hours. So as you can see, I've got the kindling set up in the fire bin here. I'm going to use a Fire Dragon eco-friendly fire lighter and fuel. Basically, it's just an ethanol block. They're really good. until you get it out. It's like that. Basically then like hand sanitizer on your hands. You can cut this down into smaller pieces, break it up like that. You can put it in the water, drop it on the mud, and it still keeps working. That's what I like to do. Oh, break it up a little bit. Again, there, I've demonstrated chucking it on the mud. There we go, get it in there. Good thing with this as well, it takes a spark very, very easy. So I'm going to get the fire going, and I'm going to go down to the river to wash my hands. There we go, one's took. Again, as I said, the more videos I do, the more confident I'm going to get in front of the camera, the more my technique will improve. Stick with me, I'm sure we'll get there. Everyone has to start somewhere. Right guys, so fire's going well now. About time we brought our attention to tea. So I'm going to cook a beef stew in this Zebra billy can. Now, I don't know if you have ever tried these before. Really good bit of equipment, but they come with these daft plastic latches on the top. So when the handle's in the upright position like so, it locks the latch on, it locks the lid on. When you roll it down, the latch releases, the lid can open. Great. Put them on a fire, the plastic melts, and you don't get no more latch. Goodbye latch. Never mind, adds the Petona. What we're going to do, we'll put the steak in the frying pan, bit of oil on the fire, plenty of salt and pepper. We'll brown the steak off. Let me see if I can get this camera stood somewhere. Brown the steak off. Once the steak's browned off, put it into the billy can. Chuck some carrots in there, chopped up. Potatoes. An onion, chop that up, chuck it in there. Here's the special trick, Guinness. Add all that into your billy can, fill it up with Guinness, drop an OXO cube in there, chuck it on the fire, leave it simmer away for an hour or longer. The longer you leave it, the thicker and the richer it's all going to get. So, let's get it started. Got to mention this spice rack. So it comes folded up, clip shut. It's like a waxed cotton cover with a waxed cord with it. Now the Petona of that looks like it's seen out a few wars, but in fact it was brand new. They're on Amazon. I think it was about £15. I'll drop the link in the comments. What I'll do for everything I've got here, because the tent was on Amazon, and I'm pretty sure you can pick everything else up, I'll just drop the links to everything I've got here on the video comments. So yeah, open it up, and there's all your spices, herbs and spices inside. Salt, pepper, steakhouse, Texas Steakhouse, an empty one. Paprika, oregano, garlic powder, mixed herbs, oil. This is the one we're going to be needing right this minute. I'll get a glove on for this bit because I can imagine that handle of that pan getting very hot. Heat that oil up in there. Literally all we want to do with this anyway is sear and brown the chicken, and then we can transport it into the billy can. Not far off ready now to be thrown into the billy can. Get all the other ingredients going then. Yeah, literally. Right then. All the juices that it's been cooking with. All into the billy can. Reposition it. There you go, you can just about see that. Knife out. No need to peel anything. Now, you can have the end. I don't like the end. Lost a piece. Oh, nearly lost it then. No 5-second rule in the forest, is there? Look at that. Don't like that in your mouth. All these bits I'll throw out in the wild. Something will eat some, I'm sure. Hey. Look at that. Carrots and some potato in there. We'll leave the skin on. think I'm just going to go for 2 potatoes in this. I'll be feeding 5,000 at this rate. Bit of onion. Now it's entirely up to you what meat you put in it, what veg you put in it. Or what liquid that you put in it. You could just put water in it, you could put stock in it, put wine. Leave that bit, that's the rooty bit. Break it all up, going in there. That'll do. We don't want it too oniony. So, the pot, OXO cubes, just like that. Here's the important part. Fill it up with Guinness. Quite a big pot. For future reference, I might do half the food, half the size pot, and it'll take half the amount of beer. Oh well, I'll just finish that one off. Look at that. Put the lid on that now, and put that in the fire. Put some more wood on the fire. I might try and get this in the middle and put the wood around it. Let's see how we get on. Can you see that fire? Spot on. Right. Oh. Oh, the coals are hot. Right, leave that on there for an hour or so, and we'll see how we get on. Right guys, luckily I thought, oh, I'll check how it's getting on. Not expecting the centre of the fire to be as hot as it was. Gas mark 37 or something like that, I reckon. We've got some slightly burnt bits, but the potatoes are soft, carrots are soft, onions soft, the bacon, the beef is nicely cooked. It has got some moisture in there, some burnt bits to pick through, but there's plenty there to see me out for the next few hours. I've just chucked some more wood on the fire, so I'm going to get this down me. I'll let you know how it gets on. Right guys, we're back. I've ate my stew, if you can call it stew. It was very dry. The unburnt bits were nice, the unburnt bits of steak and the unburnt bits of potato and carrots, they were really nice. We've had a wash up. Everything's nice and clean. This billy can, it's got a bit of patina to it, a bit more patina to it than it already had. Soap wise, I'm using Life Venture all-purpose soap, and then to wash with I've got this chainmail scrubber. That's brilliant on cast iron pans, Dutch ovens and what have you, but it just seems really well for cleaning stuff like this up. So yeah, I'm just gonna put everything away now. Time's getting on a bit, night's drawing in. 1 or 2 more bits of wood on the fire, I think, and then it's time to hit the hay. I'll let you know in the morning how the sleep mat withstands. Good morning everybody. Well, we survived the night, and I must say that roll mat was extremely comfortable. Even though it was the large, it was quite narrow. I like to move around a bit when I'm sleeping, so I kept rolling off it a little bit. But I've just wrapped it all up and that this morning, and considering what the tent is actually, I don't know if you can see, there's a lot of twigs and branches. I tried to clear as much as I could see, but then when you're sleeping, you could feel them. So I've got chair, table ready, some fresh kindling in the fire ready to light in a minute, to cook a little bit of breakfast. But I'll just go and show you over here. I found this spot last night, and I'm sorry I never pitched up by here. How nice would that have been? Clear path for the sunlight in the morning, right next to the water. Looks relatively flat and smooth. The tent would have sat nicely there. Clear some of these nettles back off my fire pit over there. You can see the stone wall from the old mill that comes down to here. But yeah, and then surrounded by nothing but trees and farmers' fields. Bit of stone wall by there. Absolutely lovely spot. Ah well, you live and learn. Next time I'll be by there. I'll probably forget. I'll take you for a walk down that way as well in a bit after breakfast. You can get to the water down there, quite shallow, to have a wash, collect some water. But yeah, really peaceful night. No one walked past. Never heard anyone walking past anyway. No one's been down here. Yeah, breakfast time. See you in a bit. Right, the fire's going nice now. There's some hot ashes in the bottom. Flames are still a little bit high. Let's see how we get on. Can't be as bad as last night's tea, that's for sure. Bit of oil in the pan. Drop it in there on them coals. Here's the first fail of the morning. I can't get into the pack of bacon. Don't get the knife. Happy days. Oh, you can see that oil nice and hot. Oh yeah. I don't rate that bacon very much. It's Morrison's the best. Quite thin and pulled apart when you took it out of the packet. And the packet wasn't the easiest to open. Well, it's not shrinking much when it's cooking now, so that's a bonus. I'm not going to add any more wood to this fire now. Literally just early morning bacon butty. And then time to drop camp and head off home. That's not far off perfect for me, that bacon. I think that'll do. Lovely. I can say, compared to tea last night, breakfast this morning was a huge success. Put my gloves on, give this fire a bit of a poke. See you in a bit. Right guys, as you can see, the fire's dying off now. Washed the pan, oiled it as well, ready for next time. I'm just going to take you for a walk down to the water down here, like I said. So obviously where we're based here, to the right and over there is that other pitch that I shown you before. I'm sorry I never camped at. Bit of a walk that way, a few hundred yards. There's a private lane that comes down to access the woodland. Bit of a car park. The woodland in total, this private woodland's 2.5 acres. So it's a decent size. Needs a bit of cleaning up work doing to it. It hasn't been touched for years. A few fallen trees. Plenty of dead wood on the ground. So now there's a couple of ways to get to the water. You can either go up and over, or you can scramble through what looks like the original footpath that was by here, but then there's a tree that's fell over time, so people stopped using it. A few months back, before all this overgrowth built up, you could just walk that way freely. I'll take you up this way though for a look. All the roots on the ground kindly act as stepping stones to help you up. Look at that. All the brambles and nettles overgrown on the walkway. Not ideal when you've come in a short sleeve shirt. Someone's left a bit of rubbish on the floor. I'll pick that up on the way out. A little bit more rubbish here. Nothing major. Look at this. A tyre that seems to have washed down the river somewhere. I come back one day, pair of waders on, and clear the dead wood that's drifting there. There's just something about the sound of water, isn't there? The sound of water and the sound of a fire crackling. I'm undecided which is my favourite. So I don't know if you can see around the corner, but this woodland goes that way to roughly where that tree's coming out the ground over there, on an angle that way, the furthest back one. Goes there. Yep, right, time to head back, drop camp and have a clean up. See you in a bit. Right guys, that is camp dropped. Tent's in the bag, all the cook stuff's in the bag, backpack on my back with all the equipment and stuff in, chairs, table, sleeping bags, roll mats. So yeah, that's it. I've had a quick tidy up, litter picking. I've been down to the water as we saw before. Done a litter pick over there. This ash off the fire stays there. The fire bin's gone, but the ash stays there. Trying to build this up as a bit of a base camp area. Look, and just like that, found some more rubbish. Haribo's Tangtastics. That'd take a few million years to decompose in the woods, wouldn't it? So yeah, countryside code, leave nothing, only footprints, take nothing, only memories. And that's exactly what we've done. Until the next time guys, see you later.